first thing a Catholic should know how to do is give complete and full adoration to the Eucharist. If you can go up to receive the Eucharist and just not even think about it, just take it and then leave, then you're not giving the Eucharist its full adoration. You're not honoring it responsibly. If I was to go to a funeral, look in the just look in the casket for a second and then walk out, am I accurately trying to celebrate that person's life, or am I just there to be there? What a lot of people mistake the Eucharist for is celebrating the death of Christ, which is partially true. It is a celebration of His sacrifice to make us to bring us closer to Him. So therefore, when we receive the Eucharist without having before going to confession, without having truly prayed about it and truly understanding what you are doing when you receive the Eucharist, then you might as well just be throwing it on the ground and stepping on it a couple times. You might as well just completely disrespect it because you're missing the whole purpose of it, and you're not paying Jesus within the Eucharist the correct homage that He deserves. If you're going to receive the Eucharist, you need to know how to pay correct homage and just be able to know how to love Jesus within you, know how to acknowledge His presence within you, and know how to go about with Him within you. Because the Eucharist is not a simple thing, it's a very complicated thing. The Eucharist is not something that's meant to just go and... The Eucharist is not a toy. It's not something that we can simply play around with. And just that's not just appropriate for what we're doing. We're in Mass to pay direct homage and maybe ask forgiveness for others, ask God's forgiveness for ourselves, and we all have our faults, we all have our downsides, whatever it may be. But just because we can't just go into Mass blindly and not even pay attention to why we're there, and not even acknowledge the fact that Jesus Christ is in the Eucharist, and not imagine that Jesus Christ is in there and is in the church building in that very moment, as He always is and was in the tabernacle. We cannot just not acknowledge that He does not come down, that He does not send down His Spirit, the Holy Spirit upon this humble, simple bread and wine, and make it into this beautiful thing that we call the Eucharist, His body and blood. If we cannot acknowledge that, the basic idea of Catholicism, then what are we supposed to acknowledge? What are we supposed to? Well, what do you believe then? If you're coming to the Catholic Church, if you're being a Catholic, but you don't pay correct homage to the Eucharist, I know there's times that that we just can't, that we just don't, for whatever reason. That and it's okay. There's things that it's okay to slip up every once in a while, but it's not expected of you to every week be able to go in. Be able to go in with a clear mindset, to go in with just being able to completely clear your mind before, because with how our lives are nowadays, we have struggles, we have times that, it's not completely easy to just clear your mind. We can try and just focus on the Mass alone, and try to just pay Jesus the correct homage in the Eucharist, just block out everything. But it's a slippery slope, and we always can't climb that slope. Now, with that being said, if we're going in there every week and using that as our excuse, then we're just being stupid. I'll be honest with you. We're just not trying. So the next Mass you go to, just try and imagine Jesus being there, would you? Jesus being in his physical form, standing right in front of you. What homage would you pay to him? How would you uphold yourself? How would you expect others to uphold themselves? And go into Mass in that mindset. Go into Mass as a follower of Christ, as a follower of Catholicism, as a lover of God.